Well, hundreds of thousands of people were evacuated from Afghanistan when the U.S.-backed government fell to the Taliban nearly 1 year ago. Now, CBS News reports more than 600 of those evacuees, including about 216 children. They've been selected for U.S. resettlement, but they're now living in a repurposed conference center just outside of Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, overseas, more than 6,500 Afghan refugees, well, they've been in the United Arab Emirates awaiting resettlement here in the U.S. Now, many of these people have been trying to receive special immigrant visa because they assisted in the U.S. war effort. And CBS News immigration reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez joins us now. Camilo, thanks for being here. I understand you attended a Department of Homeland Security tour of an Afghan refugee facility in Virginia on Thursday. What did it look like there?
That's right, Carter. This is the only domestic Afghan refugee processing facility that remains open here on the U.S. mainland. This is a facility that used to be a business conference center that used to hold events for businesses, organizations, and the government. It has now been converted into a temporary refugee processing facility, and it's the main destination for new arrivals from Afghanistan who are being admitted under the so-called parole authority, which allows officials to quickly admit and process immigrants who have not yet completed the visa or refugee process. And it really is, Carter, like a small town. This facility, which is massive, has over 900 bedrooms for these evacuees. It has a mosque. It has several classrooms where these evacuees can learn English, get help to use a computer or an iPhone, and also get cultural training here in the U.S., and also education surrounding contact with U.S. law enforcement. It also has a massive dining hall with halal food. It has a COVID testing hub. And there are also immigration lawyers there who are helping these Afghans try to determine which programs will allow them to gain permanent status here in the U.S., because right now they do not have that permanent status. They are only allowed to stay here for 2 years. There are also arts and crafts, and that's what really struck me, Carter, because I saw a lot of drawings and paintings by Afghan children that depicted the American flag, and I think that just illustrates the level of gratitude that these evacuees have for the U.S., even at that early age.
Well, you described it as a little city. There is also another makeshift city that is housing refugees. It's a humanitarian city in the United Arab Emirates. And why are some Afghans being taken there instead of coming to the U.S.?
That's an excellent question, Carter. So as you may recall, the U.S. evacuated and resettled more than 70,000 Afghans following the Taliban takeover last summer. These evacuees were directly evacuated from Afghanistan and then sent to overseas processing centers before being relocated to the U.S. However, because of the chaotic nature of the evacuations, Carter, the U.S. was not able to evacuate all the Afghans who assisted the U.S. war effort or other Afghans who believed that they could be persecuted by the Taliban for other reasons. Because of that, non-governmental groups such as veterans groups started evacuating Afghans with their own money and planes and resources, and many of those evacuees ended up in the UAE, specifically in an apartment complex known as the Emirates Humanitarian City that the government there converted into another refugee processing center, and many of these evacuees have been stranded there for months. Some have been approaching a year, and the key reason for that, Carter, is U.S. policy. While the evacuees who were resettled and evacuated last summer were effectively guaranteed U.S. resettlement after passing some medical checks and vetting, the evacuees who were relocated from Afghanistan by these NGOs and other groups after August 31st of last year were not guaranteed U.S. resettlement, and the U.S. is requiring them to prove that they are eligible for a specific program such as a refugee status or a special immigrant visa to come here to the U.S.
Camilo Montoya-Galvez is our immigration reporter. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Carter.